This is the Vulgar Gamer, and you are listening to episode number 3 of Bullshit, the show where I play video games and just keep talking, really. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at parents and gaming, probably one of the more famous topics of discussion when you look at video games. Also, one of my more favorite discussions, as I'm kind of turning into a man there, about video games, just simply because there's a huge amount of misconception and generally a lack of understanding when it comes to video games, children, that sort of thing. We are going to be playing Battlefield 3 multiplayer. I'm playing the support class, very low level, as you see, about rank 10, level 10, whatever you want to call it. Having some good times, definitely getting my ass kicked. However, first, before we even start with the main topic, there are a few things that I want to go ahead and say. The first is I had a suggestion. One of my good buddies said to me, he was like, hey, it really seemed like on episode 2 that you were kind of all over the place and you really didn't have an opinion. And that was really one of my worries with the second episode is, I was kind of riding the fence, and I admitted it in that episode. So, just like I do with my video reviews, I have created an outline. It's nothing great. It's just a few notes that I want to make sure that I cover. So hopefully that'll help. The second thing is, like I just said, comments. I love comments. If you think that I do something that's really awesome, say, hey, dude, I'd like to see more of this, or I'd like to hear more of this, or if you're like, ooh, that kind of sucked, dude, why the fuck did you do that? Let me know, that way I can kind of cater to what you guys are looking for, because I am nothing if you guys aren't watching my shows, watching my videos. If you're not interested, I'm just wasting my time. And the last thing I really want to say, and I took flack from that same guy, a good friend of mine. He was like, man, you suck at Skyrim. And part of it is, to be honest with you, I'm not great at every single game that I play. Skyrim is kind of one of those games where you can really play the way you want it to. And yeah, I do admit that that game footage that I took, I was just started to play the game and I wasn't good. So you guys have to understand that, I can't be good at every single game. You watch these guys that do these video commentaries and whatnot, and C-Nanners is a great example. Him, Xbox Ahoy, really my heroes that I look up to. These guys are freaking gods at Call of Duty. But then again, that's what they do. Me, I have a full, 40-hour job, plus, the couple hours that I spend on Call of Duty and Battlefield and whatever. So let's go ahead and get into the actual meat of this, the main topic. A couple of weeks ago, I was at work, and for those of you that don't know, I'm essentially, I guess you could call like a team leader for a group of technicians at a international business. Trying to keep my personal life as out of this as I can. For those of you that have listened to the podcast, you'll know that, we never really said where Josh and I work because, while we're not famous, yet, hopefully, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, there are, people that are crazy and, who's to say that in a year that I'm not, a billionaire riding on my Learjet and I don't need one of you crazy people to, come whatever. Anywho, so, like I said, team leader, IT department, I get a message on our chat system from one of my users. And she's like, hey, had a question for you. And I was like, sure, what's up? And it's pretty common for some of the users to feel free to ask us questions. Generally, it is work-related. In this instance, it was not. And she said, hey, my 8-year-old son plays Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And I was like, okay. She asked me then, how do you filter out the language? And, I was like, okay, there may be some type of filter that you can turn on and off, like some language or family filter. Let me Google it real quick because I really don't have a reason to use it. I'm 26, coming on 27, hopefully in a couple of months. So I don't really need it. Googled it. Everything I found said Just turn the volume down, turn the voice volume down, etc. So I relayed that to her, and her response was, "Well, crap, whatever." Parents, what the fuck? Like, there's no better way to put this, but simply, what the fuck? I mean, let's look at this. You have an M-rated game. I mean, this game is for adults. Modern Warfare 3 is an adult game, no doubt about it. Your 8-year-old son's playing it. Whatever. Anywho, the first point I want to make here is, parents, you guys have to know your kids. When I was younger, I'd say 10, 12 years old, maybe a little bit older than that. Yeah, I was playing M-rated games. I was playing T-rated games, M-rated games. I was on the internet looking at naked chicks and, doing teen boy stuff. My parents, they did the best they could, but they knew me and my brother and what to expect out of us. We weren't hoodlums, we weren't hooligans, we really didn't get in trouble. Yeah, we did the normal kid stuff, the attitude and the teenager back talk, but as far as like the really bad stuff, we didn't really do it. So our parents gave us this leeway when it comes to playing video games and watching movies and all this stuff. Parents, you got to know your kids. If you know that your 8-year-old son can't handle language, or that your house doesn't handle language, don't fucking let him play that game. There's no other reason. That's it. That's as simple as it can be. If you don't want your son or daughter to hear bad language, don't let them play Call of Duty. Parents, you got to know your kids. The rating system, you have to understand that. And this, if you guys don't know this, I am obviously a huge gamer. I mean, I'm doing videos about video games. I'm a huge gamer. I'm also a parent myself. I have a 2.5-year-old son, so I can see both points. The rating system is there for a reason. It's just like a movie rating. I mean, it's very simple to understand. If a movie is rated R, probably there's going to be some cussing, there's going to be some titties, there's going to be some blood, some gore, some whatever. If a movie's rated T, there might be a few, damn, and, maybe one or two shits. I think there's actually one shit allowed in a T-rated movie, PG-13, whatever. The rating system is there. Parents need to understand it. I mean, you don't have to understand, 110% be able to spat out, all the different requirements. But no, okay, a T-rated game, well, there's probably some violence in it. There might be some dams and some, hells and whatever in there. You got to use the system. Parents also need to take an active role in their child's life. And that's not just with video games. I could stand on my soapbox for hours and say, that parents these days are shitbags because it's put little Johnny in front of the TV and let him watch Barney all day while you go out and party and, whatever. Parents, you gotta watch your kids. If you give your son or daughter, your 8-year-old kid Call of Duty, and you watch it for 10 minutes, you're going to, whoa, that's probably not good for Johnny to sit there and watch, Soap McTavish, kill 100, bad guys. How is your son and daughter reacting to that? Are they repeating the language, or is it just like they can shrug it off? And like I say, it all comes down to knowing your kids. Stop being lazy. If you're a parent, stop being lazy. Stop putting your kid in front of the PlayStation, in front of the Xbox, and saying, little Johnny, play Call of Duty, play Battlefield, play, the new hotness that just came out. Mommy and daddy are going to go, fuck around and do something stupid. Be a good parent. Pay attention to your kids. Watch what they're playing. Understand the rating system. It's as easy as that. It takes 5 minutes to learn the rating system and to understand what your kid probably should and shouldn't be doing if you're watching your kid. Simple as that. That's been episode 3. Parents, stop being lazy bitches. That's all I got.